Oh, I guess you can't see. All right, so that's number 6. What you need to do here is just start, like I said in the past, just highlighting some parallel lines that you know for sure are parallel, and then choose a transversal. There's several sets of parallel lines and several transversals, and you just start trying to transfer values until you come up with a useful relationship. So I'm going to look at maybe those parallel lines, and it's the first time I've looked at this problem all day. I don't know if those are a good choice of parallel lines or not, but I'm going to work with those. Okay, and maybe I look at that transversal. Okay, I don't know if that's a good transversal to look at. I'm just choosing one. Okay, but right now I recognize when I do this that this entire angle right there and that entire angle right there are both included in those parallel lines and transversal. Correct? Okay, so can I transfer that 55? Right, because those are alternate interior angles. Correct? So we can transfer that 55, so I'll put a 55 right there. Don't know if that's useful, didn't give me X, didn't give me Y, but now I keep going, okay? Keep working with, if I look at those parallel lines again, let me go back. I don't know if there's any other relationships that we can make based off of those parallel lines and that transversal. Because the other 6 angles that are made up by those blue lines and the red transversal are not complete angles for the triangles or that image. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So this kind of makes no sense to look at that angle there and that angle there, because when I get rid of the parallel lines and the transversals, those angles are not defined for the problem, correct? Okay, so it doesn't make sense to look at those. But we do have the ability to say that was 55. Okay, so now maybe I look at the same parallel lines. Look at those, right? And maybe a new transversal. Okay. And I start thinking about, okay, of the 8 angles that are created by those parallel lines in that transversal, that angle is an angle for the problem, right? Okay, it's an angle of the 2 triangles. Well, is that an angle as well? So now we can transfer values, correct? So I can put a Y here if I needed to. Okay. Again, there are no other really nice angles to look at from that set of lines. So right now we've got a 55 there, and we've got a Y there. Okay. I'm going to look at another pair of parallel lines. Let's look at those. Again, pick any transversal you want to. Maybe I pick that one. And now what's the link between the information up there and those parallel lines? What can we come up with? If I took this out, I guess the X was right there. What could you tell me about information in that picture that you don't already know? What's X going to be? 55, right? Okay, so I'm going to put it back up there. You make the link. That's alternate interior with that. So we now have an answer for X. X 55. Okay. I see that it might be useful. That's really the only information there that we can gain from that transversal. But if I look at 55, that was Y. Look at that transversal. What can you tell me about that angle and that angle? What would those 2 angles be compared to one another? Supplementary, right? Same side interior. Okay. So I'm going to say 55 plus Y plus 50 should equal 180. Okay. Subtract the 105 from both sides, and Y ends up being 75. So those are my 2 values for that. I don't know if that's the only way you can do that. There might have been, you can maybe take this set of angles, take this 50, transfer it over there, and now those 3 blue angles there in the middle are going to add to 180. You could use, if you wanted to, you could use triangle. Some ideas where these three angles are going to add up to 180 in that triangle. These three angles here add up to 180 in that triangle. But again, we haven't really talked about that property yet, specifically in class. It won't happen until chapter 4. But you've seen it in 7th grade, 8th grade, you know that exists. So if you want to use it, you can. But these problems should be able to be done without that property. That's how you would maybe approach that. Okay. You need to just start choosing parallel lines and transversals. Look at them, recognize the relationship, write that down, transfer values, and then when you run out, exhaust all the possibilities for those parallel lines and that transversal, choose some new ones. And write all your possibilities down. Okay, transfer all your values, and then do it again and do it again until you make a discovery that something's 55, and then that maybe leads you to something else being 75. Okay, so those are some tips for how to do that problem. You said 10, 11. All right, so these were. I'm actually going to stop recording right now for you guys because I did do these. Do a lot of overlap with questions. Okay, so which is fine. It's just don't want people that are, if I was in your guys' seats right now and I'm having issues with this course and some of the topics that we're talking about in the homework questions, is not only would I look at the videos from 5th period, I'd look at them from 4th period, 6th period, and 7th period. Does that make sense? It's just more information, it's more exposure. But if you're sitting here in 5th period and you say, well, this video looks eerily similar to what we did in class, but I'm watching the 7th period's video, you might watch the entire thing and it'd be exactly the same thing we talked about in this class. That makes sense? But you might watch 2/3 of it, which were the same, and you think, well, the whole thing's going to be the same, and you stop it, and the last third was a little bit different, okay, or a different question. So I'm going to try to start doing videos to where if I videotaped it once in 4th period, maybe I don't do that in 5th period, 6th period, 7th period, so the videos aren't kind of identical to one another. So let's skip 10 and 11. We'll come back to it. Is there any others on here that you guys want to talk about? That nothing else? Just those two? All right. So